Hello everyone, and welcome back to my journey of creating my second indie game, a Metroidvania, which is all about fighting your way through a mythical world and defeating the Evolid. I'm using Unity and the coding language C#, and in the last few weeks I got a lot of important steps done, including a boss fight system, saving and loading levels, new features, and a basic plan for the world and levels. Also, I wanna thank all the recent subscribers for, subscribing, because we've passed the 100 milestone, which was one of the two things I dreamt of starting this channel. The other being to finish and publish a game, which is yet to be achieved. So let's dive into the first topic, the boss fights. As some of you already know, I've already created a finished system for bosses, which actually worked really well. But there were two major problems. The codebase was extremely large and messed up, and the process of adding new features was very complex and time consuming. For example, if I wanted to add a new attack, I would have to create several new animations, add new states into the animation controller, and write a separate script for each single action for each boss individually. All this was far more complex than it had to be, so I dumped the entire code and started over. The new system has the advantage that I can use it for each boss in the game, and it's far easier to build upon. I haven't actually created any bosses yet, but I've tested the system and it's definitely working. The second topic, which I've been working on, is some plans for the world and levels. The entire world will be split into 3 sections: the jungle region, the catacombs, and the ancient temple. Each one of those will contain one of the 3 bosses, and each boss will unlock a new ability which allows the player to get to the next section. I've actually already implemented these 3 abilities. The first one is a stamp attack, original. The second one is the ice spell, and the last one is the fire spell. Each one of those abilities can also be used in combination with another one. For example, if there is a wooden door, I can't only use the stamp attack to break it because it's elastic. But if you freeze it first, it can be destroyed. But the various objects, traps and mechanics will not be scattered around the world randomly. Each stage should introduce new features and teach the player step by step how to play. Jungle will be a linear region which should give the player new content in a predetermined order. First there will be this puzzle to solve, then comes the next, and so on. That will ensure that the people who play for the first time won't be confused by all the new stuff. By the time the new players defeat the first boss, they will have a basic understanding how the game plays out. Then it goes on to the catacombs, which will be a complex maze and won't be linear at all. There will be multiple ways to solve puzzles and unlock new areas. And there will also be many hidden rooms and maybe some Easter eggs. At the end, it's all about finding the second boss and unlocking the ice spell. This will then allow you to go to the last area. I'm not gonna explain anymore to not spoil too much, but I think you got the basic idea. The next big topic, which I had to bash my poor old programmer head into, was the save and load system. Since these regions will be very large, a player must have the ability to save at any point. This is a very complex problem because there are so many different objects and enemies which all must remember their position, health and state. The entire system should also be consistent in between updates and work across multiple operating systems. I settled upon a system which just keeps track of all the objects from the start, and when it's time to save, the system retrieves the data from each object and stores it in the file, encoded in binary of course. When loading, the system must know which data package each object has to receive. I'm using the position of the objects as a kind of index, because that's the only thing which stays the same in each run, and 2 objects will never have the same position. It's a bit confusing, but it's easy to use and working, which is the important thing. Finally, I started to create new puzzle elements, because there actually aren't that many yet. We've got the door, the button, moving platforms and lava pipes. The easiest thing that came to my mind was levers, so I started GIMP, drew the on and off state, attached some already existing scripts, adjusted a few parameters, and the lever was finished. That's how easy it is. In the past, I would have had to write a whole new script for that. Then I made two goblets, an ice and fire one, which can be activated by hitting them with the associated element. Since the code is so well structured, things like that instantly worked as well. If you have any ideas for puzzle elements, objects and enemies, please comment them, because I'm a very uncreative person and I have so few ideas. Thanks in advance. So this is it from the technical side. The last few days I spent on drawing a few more assets for the jungle region and creating a level with it. I hope you enjoyed this devlog. Thanks to all the recent subscribers. Please subscribe as well, click the bell, click the like button, comment, and thanks for watching.